Jessica Harper pulled into her driveway at 7:12 a.m., the sky clinging to the fading blue of dawn. Exhaustion weighed on her after a grueling 12-hour ER shift, 2 car accidents, a stroke patient, and a sobbing mother whose toddler had swallowed a toy. She lingered in her car, the quiet of the morning wrapping around her like a fragile cocoon. Her keys jingled as she unlocked the front door, stepping into a house that felt too still. "Ethan?" she called softly, expecting the usual rush of her 7-year-old son, his hair wild, socks mismatched. Silence answered. She dropped her bag, kicked off her shoes, and scanned the kitchen. No cereal bowl, no spoon in the sink. Ethan's dinosaur sketch hung on the fridge, untouched. A chill crept up her spine. "Ethan!" she called again, louder, climbing the stairs. His room was pristine, bed made, no scattered toys, his beloved stuffed triceratops gone. His backpack wasn't on its hook. The nightlight glowed faintly, but Ethan was nowhere. Her heart lurched. This wasn't right, not misplaced keys wrong, but bone-deep, world-shattering wrong. Jessica tore through the house, bathroom, her bedroom, every corner, empty. Her voice cracked as she shouted his name, hands shaking as she grabbed her phone. 7 missed calls, 3 voicemails, 1 from a private number. She hit play. A cold, familiar voice filled the air. "Mrs. Harper, this is Evelyn Ward, HOA president. We've decided Ethan should be with his father. He's on his way. We trust you'll understand." The phone slipped from her hand, clattering to the floor. Her legs buckled, and she sank against the wall, gasping. Her son, her entire world, had been taken. Not by strangers, but by neighbors she waved to daily. They'd put her 7-year-old in a car and sent him 500 miles away without her consent, without a court order, without a shred of legal right. Rage replaced shock. This wasn't a mistake. This was war. Police stood in her living room hours later, their faces uneasy. "The taxi company confirmed it," the older officer said. "A driver picked up your son at 11:42 p.m. A woman paid cash." Jessica clutched a blanket, her voice barely a whisper. "Where is he?" The younger cop hesitated. "Charlotte, North Carolina." Her vision blurred. "That's 500 miles." The officer nodded, offering no comfort. "The driver said Evelyn Ward gave him $400 and an address, claiming it was a custody transfer." Jessica's voice broke. "A custody transfer? She's not a judge. She's not even family." The officer shifted, avoiding her eyes. "The driver said Ethan wasn't scared. Had snacks, a tablet, slept most of the way." Snacks? A tablet? As if that justified stealing her child. Evelyn Ward, 63, HOA president for a decade, ruled the Willow Creek neighborhood with a clipboard and a smile that masked her iron grip. Neighbors called her the warden, half joking until it wasn't. She'd find people for untrimmed hedges, banned non-compliant mailboxes, and now she'd orchestrated the unthinkable. Evelyn had called the taxi, stuffed cash in an envelope, and sent Ethan away like a parcel. She told police, "We acted in the child's best interest." There were concerns about neglect. Neglect? Ethan had played in the yard while Jessica parked her car, always in sight. No CPS reports, no police records, just gossip spun into a suburban witch hunt. The neighborhood erupted. A viral Facebook post exposed Evelyn's HOA memo justifying the act. A teen's TikTok dubbed it a kidnapping cult. Reporters swarmed, CNN ran a segment, and #JusticeForEthan trended. The story wasn't just about one boy, it was a warning. If this could happen to Jessica, a nurse, a single mom grinding through night shifts, it could happen to anyone. Evelyn stood on her porch, unapologetic, telling cameras, "I'd do it again." Her defiance lit a fuse, turning her from neighbor to villain. The truth unraveled in court. The HOA's emergency meeting was held in a drab clubhouse, Evelyn at the head, flanked by Treasurer Carl Benson and Secretary Margaret Lowe. No judge, no CPS, just 3 neighbors with 0 legal authority. They'd voted unanimously, scribbled notes, and booked a taxi, treating Ethan's fate like a fence height dispute. Jessica's ex-husband, Greg, accepted Ethan without question, exploiting the HOA's move to sidestep years of failed custody battles. He'd lost in court twice, deemed unreliable, but this wasn't court, this was chaos. Jessica fought back. Her raw, trembling video from her living room went viral. 3 neighbors held a secret meeting. They didn't call me. They didn't call a judge. They sent my son 500 miles away. They stole him. Over 4 million views in 48 hours. Comments poured in. This is insane. HOAs are out of control. I'd burn that clubhouse down. The district attorney's press conference sealed the HOA's fate. This was not a mistake. It was a premeditated kidnapping. Evelyn, Carl, and Margaret were charged with kidnapping, conspiracy, and child endangerment. The taxi driver, questioned by the FBI, claimed ignorance. Greg returned Ethan under threat of losing all parental rights. The preliminary hearing was electric. Evelyn, in a crisp blazer, spoke for herself. We believed Ethan was unsafe. The prosecutor fired back. Belief isn't law. You had no warrant, no evidence, just arrogance. Jessica sat silently, watching the tide turn. Reporters dug deeper, exposing the HOA's history of cruelty, a veteran fined for a wheelchair ramp, a mom nearly evicted over a trash can, a man billed $11,200 for a Valentine's wreath. Willow Creek wasn't a community, it was a fiefdom. The day Jessica reunited with Ethan, rain blurred the world. She stood outside a government building, heart pounding. When he emerged, thin and quiet in an oversized hoodie, her arms opened. Hey, baby, she whispered. He didn't run, just melted into her, clinging tightly. In the car, his small voice broke her. I didn't know if you were coming. She pulled over, tears streaming. I was always coming, Ethan. The second they took you, I fought. He squeezed her hand, and she vowed. You're safe now. Justice came slowly. The HOA was dissolved, its fines overturned. Evelyn pleaded guilty, her power stripped forever. Jessica's lawsuit set a precedent. HOAs can't touch parental rights. She now speaks nationwide, her story a rallying cry. They thought they could take my son because I didn't fit their mold, she tells audiences. But I know who I am, and now so do they. This isn't just Jessica's story, it's a wake-up call. How far can unchecked power go? Could this happen in your neighborhood? Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the HOA's actions? Let's talk about trust, control, and justice in our communities. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to join the conversation. Your voice matters.